Kicking this thing back up again, one more again, as we are watching WWE Clash of the Champions. I was the only one who was doing the actual hashtag on YouNow and only had one person there. What's up, Mario fanboy? I'm trying to get a couple more people on this one, so let's do this again. I'm going to tweet it that you need to go to younow.com/real469 for a live stream of WWE Clash of Champions. Clash of Champions. Clash. The Clash. And tweet. I'm fourth here now. Great. I was number one, but there was nobody else in the category. There was only one person there. It's fine. It's fine. It's alright. I'm a little hurt. But it's fine. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. A fucking Sheamus match. Yay! Be right back. I need to get some ice. Ice, baby. Cesaro just lost his glasses. Third, woo! So for this one is Funaki Clash of Champion. Number 1, Hanasa.
WWE history when you look at the statistics, a four-time world champion knocked down by the dropkick by Cesaro. Two-time United
Sheamus has been champ 4 times. 4 times Sheamus has been champ? How? I remember that first one because everybody and their mother thought that was an accident. But there were 3 more times? Sheamus is probably one of the most forgettable heavyweight champions they've ever had. If you ask me to name how many times Sheamus was champion, I can only name you the one. Nice. Same thing with like Ziggler. I couldn't name you all of Ziggler's title reigns. I can only think of one, and I can't even tell you when that was. Yes, Funaki is SmackDown's number one, but for tonight, the Clash of Champion, number one, announcer. I love me some Funaki. Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Amazing about this series is that ever since that low back injury occurred, Cesaro's never been 100%. Sheamus now going to work on the back. We show you how that happened. Sheamus launching Cesaro into the ring post in match number 2 of this series. And Cesaro has never been able to get that back to 100%. You can ask any superstar on the WWE roster after a match with Sheamus, you're nowhere near 100% at any time. Cesaro's had 6 of them. Making 7 here tonight. And Sheamus, the Irish curse backbreaker. Again, you see the kinesio tape pointing out the injured area of the back to Cesaro. As far as Sheamus is concerned, that kinesio tape might as well be a big target. What he's using it as a bullseye is again, Sheamus.
Nice, big knee, big backbreaker down. This is a slower pace. This is a perfect pushed way too fast. Yeah, he was. But that was it was funny because it was in an era where they would give these guys the championship for no reason, not really give them a push when they gave him the title, so it didn't mean anything. That's like when Dolph Ziggler had the belt, it didn't mean anything. They just gave him the belt for no reason, just because, I don't know, was Cena out during that time or something? Like, they gave it to him for no reason. Same thing for Sheamus. They gave it to him for no fucking reason. It meant nothing. It was out of nowhere. Neither one of those guys were on that level just yet where they were believable as champions. And they just threw the belt on him for no fucking reason. No sense. No sense whatsoever. So anyway, as far as the matches are concerned, so far they're slower paced, which is interesting. They're going to have to turn some of these up, though. They're going to have to turn the pace of some of these up, though, for sure, if they're going to try to keep your attention. This one, I understand it being a slower pace. It's the best of 7 one. They're going to ramp it up for sure. I wanted the Cruiserweight to be a little bit faster paced. So far, the best match of the night has been the Tag Team Championship match, in my opinion. Every other match has seemed a bit lethargic to me. Like, it seemed a bit, like, I keep using slow, but I think lethargic is a better word. It's been lethargic. Like, it's been way too long a day for everybody on the roster. I don't know if everybody on the roster is San Francisco fans and they just hated seeing us lose the way we did. Woo-hoo, we're number 2. We're number 2. We're number 2. All right, now we're going to start turning this up a bit.
These guys have thrown everything in their arsenal at each other over this 7-match series. I can't imagine how Cesaro and Sheamus feel every morning after one of these matches, how much their bodies have to ache.
Let's see here. You know what? That takes confidence. That's knowing what you're doing there, what Cesaro did there. He waited for the fans to get up. He didn't try to bring them up. He was like, you're going to get up for me. And they did. I like that. DDT. Finish him. Cover that man. $619? $619? Swiss 619? Swiss 19? Swiss 19! Out of whose playbook? Who'd you just say, Michael Cole? I didn't get that. Whose playbook? Who's Sin Cara's playbook? What was that? What'd you say? That was a Swiss 19. I love that. Oh, nice. Getting up to his feet here. Here we go. There we go. Here's the whole point of this best of 7 series. It was probably to bring out the best in Sheamus. Because Cesaro's not gonna be lazy in there. He's moving pretty slow right now, but he's gonna try to bring the best out of whoever he's in there with. And again, one of the nicest guys I ever met in the business. Nice. He definitely had the tights. Oh! I can't. Swiss 19 through me. And by the way, I saw it coming when he put him down there. I was like, is he gonna do a 619? He is. Do it again. Do it again. Just keep doing them. Yep, keep doing them. Oh, come on, keep doing them. He should have done like 4 or 5 of them in a row. The whole point, he should have done like 4 or 5 of them in a row. He only did 2. Get out of here. What is with the lack of energy from some of these guys? But Cesaro's doing the smart thing. He's on his forearms. He's on his forearms. He's on his hands. He's not letting Sheamus get all that pressure that he wants to get on that maneuver. He's not letting him get all the pressure. And now that allows him to roll through inside cradle, hook of the outside leg, and a no. Oh, he went up for... Cesaro got light for him. Oh, into a knee! Crowd didn't appreciate that as much as it... And that was a clever move. That was a clever move. I don't think the crowd appreciated that as much as they should have. They're only in the... Why is everybody sucking wind as much as they are? Is the oxygen not circulating in the building enough for them? Like, what the hell? They're not in Colorado. Why is everybody sucking air so much? Like there is such lethargy in everybody's performance tonight. Oh, sharpshooter! Sharpshooter! The Swiss shooter! He got him in the Swiss shooter! I'm calling everything Swiss. He got him in the Swiss shooter! So much better than Rocky's. Matter of fact, that shades of Owen Hart's. Oh! That was Owen Hart's sharpshooter. There's a difference between Owen sharpshooter and Brett sharpshooter. Owen sharpshooter, he pulls the farthest leg over to his armpit. Brett sharpshooter, he pulls the closest leg under his armpit. Yeah, I don't know. Like everything is just lethargic here tonight, and I don't understand why. Oh, he's trying to get him in the... Oof. Here we go. Oh, don't die, Cesaro. Oh, don't die, Cesaro. Oh, God. Oh, he landed on his head. He landed square on his head. He landed absolutely on his head. Oh, he landed on his head. He landed on his head. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, he landed on his head. Oh, that looks bad. That looks bad. I think it was Lita who did the dive out and did the same shit. Broke her neck. Oh my God, that looks bad. That looks bad. Oh God. Oh God. Don't get up. Don't get up. Don't you dare go. Come on, Cesaro, your neck is broken. Cesaro broke his neck. Cesaro broke his neck. Cesaro broke his neck. His feet got caught up in those ropes. Sheamus didn't catch him all the way, and Cesaro broke his neck. Cesaro fucking... And that wasn't entirely Sheamus' fault, him not catching him. Like, Cesaro's feet just got caught. Sheamus probably thought he was going to have enough momentum as fast as he was coming through and didn't see Cesaro's feet get caught. But they did enough to change the trajectory, and Cesaro probably broke his neck. Oh my God. That wasn't supposed to happen. That's not good. Kevin Owens gonna win tonight. Oh! Oh my God! I thought that was it. That was a perfect end. That would have been it. It would have been a great ending. All right, now these guys, don't do that. Your neck is broken. Now these guys have to figure it out.
Cesaro cracking his neck back into place like a Swiss cyborg tonight. How much more punishment can these two men take? How much more can they dish out? Cesaro says, "I got plenty left."
Cesaro should not even be standing right now. Cesaro shouldn't be standing. Cesaro broke something on that dive. Skins the cat up the ropes. Nice drop kick. Up to the top. Somebody's been looking at those old Kyle Webb tapes, huh? Oof. Oof.
Precision by Cesaro. Guys, there's a reason tonight is named Clash of Champions. Because these two men showing what being champions are all about.
Thanks for that, Michael Cole. Thanks for that scintillating commentary. There's a reason this is called Clash of Champions in a match where neither one of these guys are champions. They're going for the number one contendership. Oh no, don't you. Into a European. That was nice. I was going to say, because Sheamus is too clunky to do anything pretty off that top rope. I was going to say, the best thing he could have done would have been a double axe. But that would have been it. Oh! White noise on the outside.
White noise on the floor. Guys, what else could these two do to each other? They've done everything possible and they're still going. Both of these superstars exhausted, running on pure instinct. But you're right on the timeline. You're going to run out of things to do.
Count out. Shouldn't they both be counted out at this point? Oh, they took out an extra. They took out a local guy. They took out a local extra sitting in the front seat. Did you see him with the slick back hair? They took him out. Hey, Davian, and the extra that they took out. They took out a local indie guy that nobody's paying attention to. How about the local indie guy that's on the floor? I mean, it should have been a double count out at this point. They've been out of the ring forever. The extra is still on the floor. The extra is still on the floor. He's still selling. Yeah, that poor extra. My heart bleeds for that poor that poor extra. Hey, what's going on? Adrian and Phoenix, welcome to the party. We're watching Clash of Champions right now. The Cesaro Sheamus match looks like it's going to end in a draw, or not a double count. It looks like it's going to end in a draw. I'm guessing we're going to have 2 number 1 contenders, triple threat match at the next pay-per-view. It's probably what this is going to be. What they're going to shape this one out to be. It was a slow building match, but when they finally got it on, when they finally got towards the end of it, it started picking up a lot of steam. I still feel like Cesaro's not 100% after that dive. They really need to check him out backstage. If Cesaro doesn't have a concussion or something wrong with his neck, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if Cesaro isn't injured after that dive. No, he didn't. No, he didn't land on his head. He did not land on his head there. He landed on his head when he dove out of the damn ring and almost broke his neck. That was sick. That was sick. What's going on? Smiles? How you doing? Smile of Zick. Smile for Zick. Hi, Smile. How you doing? Let's see if we're all caught up. Okay, cool. Now we're all caught up. All right, Bailey match. Here we go.
Charlotte, sure you weasel your way into a title opportunity due to a dunce of a referee and a few video replays. But sure, you really earned it. Thanks, because I'm really happy to be here. And whether you like it or not, Charlotte, this has been a dream.
All right, predictions for the women's match. Let's go. Predictions.
Really, it doesn't matter how happy you are. It doesn't matter if you think that you earned it. It doesn't matter how lovable you are. You're not going to win tonight. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to intimidate me. But I don't know if you remember weeks back, but I beat you. And I can beat you again. No, you can't. You can't even beat Sasha.
Come on, women's championship match. Let's go.
WWE ring skirts, ring post, entrance ramp, and announce table have got gold all on bond to promote the fight against pediatric cancer. In an effort to help find a cure for this terrible disease, WWE and the Beat Foundation have joined forces for the first ever Get the Gear, Give the Gear campaign, where WWE fans, to the end of the month, can purchase bracelets and bandanas with 100% of net proceeds benefiting Connor's Cure to support pediatric cancer research. Go to ConnorTheCrusher.org for more information.
Oh, it's Sami Zayn. Zayn versus Jericho. I have one international match, follow another one. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah, this should be a good one. This should be a really good one, in my opinion. I'm now second in WWE Clash of Champions! Woo! Celebrate! Toast. It's orange soda at this point. I'm on Hardison from Leverage mode. Alright. Enough with these clips. Get to the wrestling. Get to the wrestling. I want to see wrestling. I want to see wrestling. Let's go.
You know what's funny? Before we came out here, I got a text from Kevin Owens. Want to know what he said? I'll show you.
This should be alright. Hey, what's going on, Lucario? I need predictions from you on Sami Zayn versus Y2J. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Y2J versus Zayn. Excuse me. I was saying, it almost sounded like the crowd was singing along to Jericho's song. You were stopped and dropped by the walls of Jericho. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Jericho's ring attire is now just the scarf. I like that. It's just the scarf. No, Chris is not. Why should he? It's a great theme song, and it fits him as a heel and as a face. It's great. It's gonna be a little gaga in this one. All right, come on. Fist flying. Here we go. Jericho telling him the next spot, like right into his face. More punching. What's going on, John Reagans? Do me a favor, John, since you're here. What predictions you got here for Sami Zayn Y2J? Welcome to the party. What predictions do you have? Big club to the back there. Forearm shiver to Sami Zayn. Oh! Shot right to the chest. Slow build up again. At least this one doesn't necessarily look lethargic. It looks like they're trying to do a slow build into maybe something a little bit bigger. Nice fire up there by Zayn. Good combination. Chop right to the chest. But it looks like he's already sucking air. I don't understand that. Why is everybody breathing so heavy so early? Good big clothesline down. All right, come on. Nicely done. Oh, Jericho wasn't there to catch him in the proper position. And now he's selling his leg. I don't know, did Zayn land on his leg at all?
Ex-girlfriend that dates your best friend. But she's not over you. She says she is, but she's not. Sami Zayn is obsessed with Kevin Owens. He's taking it out on Chris Jericho.
Nice. Now it's very nicely done. I like the subterfuge there with the referee moving him to the side. I don't know how Cesaro's not dead. I feel like Cesaro is dead. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't hear some news that Cesaro is going to have to take some time off. I really wouldn't be surprised if Cesaro isn't cleared to wrestle tomorrow night. Because that landing on his head was ridiculous. And if it wasn't a concussion, his neck's got to be tweaked. His neck has to be tweaked. I don't get how it wouldn't be. But all right, head right to the steel steps there by Jericho on to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn now trying to get a little distance between him and the GOAT. But the GOAT won't let him do that. Forearm shiver right to the face. Face and neck right to that guardrail. It's padded for acoustics. If you're 200-something pounds, your face comes hurtling down at maximum velocity. That padding's not going to do a whole lot for you. Jericho now tossing Zayn back into the middle of the ring. Going up to the top rope, Jericho's familiar there. Former cruiserweight, young boy in Japan. The Lionheart, as he was known there. Big elbow down in the 2 count. What do you mean, unless Cesaro is Superman? Cesaro is Superman. The Swiss Superman, but still he's not as super as our Superman. Truth and Justice in the American way Superman. God bless America, but he's a Superman. Jericho now pouring it on, smack to Sami Zayn just for disrespect. And disrespecting Jericho's chest now is Sami Zayn. Irish whip now over to the near side. Up and over. Nope. Caught him with his feet. Oh! Good counter to the presumed lucha move there. And I think there was a mosquito on Zayn's shoulder. Maybe that's it. Maybe they all have Zika. Yeah, there's something on Zayn's shoulder, and I think it's moving. I think he's got a mosquito on his shoulder. Snap suplex onto the outside.
Sami Zayn, Jericho in complete control right now. Let's get Jericho out. He's looking for suplex. Start to count. Time 4 now. Genius strategy. Chris Jericho gets paid the same with a victory, whether it be by count out, pinfall, submission. Not wasting any time as Sammy rolls himself.
Except that's not supposed to be how it's supposed to be. Like, a count out or DQ is not supposed to pay wrestlers the same as a pinfall or submission. In kayfabe land. It's not supposed to. Right? Like, I just had to kill one, and then there was a mosquito on Sami Zayn. These fucking insects are trying... I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't an ant that got into the fucking network and tried to screw with my feed of it. Damn bugs. Oof.
We're able to get the boot up just in time. This one, oh, funny bulldog. Sami Zayn was able to counter. Not sure if Jericho hit.
Yeah, see, it's off his shoulder now. Oof. I like how he was chasing him though. Like, give me your head. Whoa! Nice catch him, Chris. Catch that man. Would you please? Cesaro almost got his head knocked off because the guy didn't catch him. And you didn't catch him for that moonsault earlier in the match either. Catch that man before you kill him. Zayn now going up to the top. Oh, now he catches him. In the comfort of the ring and the mat. Now he catches him. Boo. Alright, come on, here we go. Oh, got him. Yes! Yes, that was a Michinoku driver, Michael Cole. That was a Michinoku driver. Very good. You actually know what the hell that move is.
We spent all this time talking about the passion.
It's not you call it a Michinoku driver, instead of a Blue Thunder Bomb, a Michinoku driver. Very good. Good job, Michael Cole.
That's why you didn't see really a focus of surprise on the face of Sami Zayn that Jericho kicked out. Realizes he's just got to dig down deeper, but again the better. Quickly back to his feet, not allowing Zayn to fly. There's Jericho, always in the right place at the right time. Tremendous great presence.
Superplex from the top.
Jericho might be thinking superplex here.
No, Sammy blocking. Oof. Yeah, he better. Nice twist over here. All right, this match is going to start to wind. Nice Inzaguri. Down in a heap. Oof. Yes, Cole is learning. I like that. Cole's improving. He's learning. Yes, that's a good thing. He shots to the head again. And it, oh! Sami Zayn now opening up with those hands on Jericho. Big back elbow. Lion salt. Oh, right into the knees. Again, I'm starting to feel the lethargy in this match again. Time to send this match home. Welcome to shit. Nope. Oh! Womp womp. Womp womp womp. Not quite enough on that DDT, but thanks. Nope. I guess that makes sense since he didn't get all that damn DDT he was going for. Oh, middle rope dive. Oh, come on! Chris! With the DDTs! You gotta turn with the DDTs. You gotta turn with them. You gotta turn with them, baby. You gotta help your buddy out. You gotta help him. Oh, this is not the best. Don't replay it. Don't replay that. Don't replay that. Don't replay that. Hi, Isaac. I don't know. What is wrong with everyone tonight? Like, everybody tonight, I feel, is off. Almost everybody. Everybody after the Tag Team Championship match was off so far. Oh! Pointing at his head. Code breaker. Too far away from the turnbuckles to make that count as much as you wanted it to. Into walls. AKA a Boston Crab. Really just a Boston Crab. It's not really anything special. It's a Boston Crab. Boston Crab's hurt, but it's not really anything special. It ain't a lion tamer. But, you know, it's a Boston Crab. It hurts, but it ain't a lion tamer. It ain't a lion tamer. This match has been going on far too long. It's time to send this match home. Send it home, baby. Send it home. Boot. Michael Cole got that one right, too. The Boot Thunder Bomb. Yes, Michael Cole got another call right. Good for Michael Cole. Here I thought the world tonight would be, why is this person still employed? Oh, the word tonight. Yeah, so did I. But instead, the common thread is lethargy, a.k.a. fatigue, a.k.a. tiredness, a.k.a. these guys seem off, and go home already. That's it, go home. That was a hell of a code breaker. Thanks for coming, kid. That was a hell of a code breaker. I'll buy that. I'll buy that finish all day. I'll buy that finish all day long. That was a hell of a finish. That was a hell of a code breaker finish. That was a great code breaker. I'll buy that finish all day long. That Blue Thunder Bomb was on point. He got all of that. He caught all of that Code Breaker. Can KFC stop sponsoring these fucking pay-per-views, please? I'm more than a little tired of seeing this. I'm more than a little tired of seeing this.
Truly one of a kind. Roberto Clemente, his heart was bigger than his back ever was. The first Puerto Rican Hall of Famer was a role model in every aspect of his life. From opening doors for Latino baseball players to dedicating his life to helping the underprivileged and making their lives better, he will always be remembered.
What's going on, Ricardo?
What he accomplished on the field, but for the opportunities.
Yeah, my favorite ad. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so sick of seeing this.
WWE and NBC Universal are honored to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
Congratulations, it's your first pay-per-view main event, and Stephanie and I are both very proud of you.
Well, not only that, I mean, this is the first Raw exclusive pay-per-view Clash of Champions. I mean, you are the WWE Universal Champion, Kevin.
And if anyone can follow the amazing action we've seen tonight, it's you.
It's a big deal.
It is.
It is a big deal. Are you proud of me?
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
You're proud of me.
For what?
For overcoming odds. You mean the odds? By odds, you mean all the obstacles you put my way? Since I became champion? Is that what you're proud of?
Yeah, SmackDown's pay-per-view was way better than this. It really was.
Yeah. Stephanie, it means a lot.
SmackDown's pay-per-view was way better than this. Sorry, it just was.
Why your husband, Triple H, picked me over Seth Rollins. I'm going to show you, both of you, why you should have picked me over Seth Rollins as the #1 Raw draft pick. I'm going to show you and the world that tonight not only am I in the main event, I am the main event. I'm gonna show the world. Seth Rollins is no longer the man.
This pay-per-view seems to be going on like 75% speed. Like, not quite half speed, but like...
Your mistake. Your mistake.
Chip on the shoulder. All
Mistake. I'll tell you what, I saw Seth earlier at the stage. He's going to be motivated, he's going to be hungry to win the WWE Universal Championship. I agree with you, Myron, but Seth Rollins today is like a walking Molotov cocktail. He's ready to burn his legs to the ground. Kevin Owens, he's confident. He better. The name of the pay-per-view is Clash of Champions.
U.S. Championship match has got to be next, right? Oh, good! This should be good. All right, this should be good. Yeah, I hope the main event doesn't suck either. This should be good. All right, here we go. This should be good. This should be good.
SummerSlam. I expose Sasha for what she really is. All flash and no cash.
Sasha's in deep trouble here.
.com/.
Sasha's back in
Real 469.
what it takes to carry this women's division. There's no one left that's worthy. The queen has reclaimed her throne. Has reclaimed her throne.
Hold on, Charlotte. Because Stephanie McMahon and I have signed the hottest free agent.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
May I present to you?
The thing about these is that these video packages are that they get a little cumbersome when you've seen them 8 or 9 times already in a day. Like, it's time to move on. Like, let's go. Ah, the Bailey to Belly is not a finish. It's not a finish. Yeah, they are, and they're not. I'm now featured in WWE Clash of Champions. Woo hoo 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 hoo. These packages are very long. Yes, they are. If for no other reason, and they're not as good as they used to be. Like, I seem to remember them being epic back in the day. Could it possibly be that they're not as epic as they used to be because the stakes aren't as high as they used to be? Like I'm not as connected to these as I used to be.
Charlotte will defend her title against the winner of a match pitting Sasha Banks against Bayley and Dana Brooke. A triple threat match. Look at Bayley to Bayley. Bayley to Bayley is Bayley going to Clash of Champions. Now Sasha breaking things up. Stephanie to Bayley and Sasha pins Bayley.
Look, all 4 soldiers were down. 1, 2, 3. Did you see that? It's a double hit. Sasha is not the number 1 contender. There is a number 1 contender.
We're going to have one opponent on Sunday at Clash of Champions. We're going to have 2. Our threat is going to be Charlotte.
The heels shouldn't be wearing Connor pins, by the way. They're heels. They're bad guys. I know. I get it. It's for charity. But, yeah, I know. 5-minute package. I got your 5-minute package right here. You want a 5-minute package? I got your 5-minute package right here. No. Sorry. Shawn Michaels just slips. I just slips out sometimes. Alright, now the energy should be a little bit higher. Now the energy should be a little higher.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8 years ago this week, this young lady Bayley had her very first wrestling match. Tonight, 8 years later, she finds herself battling for the Raw Women's Championship at Clash of Champions.
Lots and lots of streamers for Bailey. Lots and lots of ribbons. Lots and lots of streamers. What do you mean? You didn't see my package? Sorry. Don't start me on the DX Shawn Michaels references. We'll be here all night long. Oh boy, oh boy.
Ever since SummerSlam
Bayley's new themes aren't really that memorable. Like they aren't really that. Like Sasha Banks' theme is probably the same as like if I heard her theme blaring with no Titantron, I wouldn't be able to tell you who's coming out. I'd be able to tell you Bayley's coming out because her theme it's distinctive, if not kind of annoying. Like I wouldn't listen. Still haven't downloaded Bayley's theme song. I probably won't. I like Bayley, but the theme song is not my cup of tea, as it were. Let's get this match going. I'm looking forward to this one. This match should be good. I'm looking forward to this match. It should be good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for three young ladies in this matchup tonight, Charlotte, Bayley, and of course Sasha. They were joined by Becky Lynch and NXT, as they grew up through the performance center of the NXT system. They were known as the Four Horsewomen. And what success these ladies have had. Charlotte, a two-time women's champion. Sasha Banks has won the women's title. Of course, Bayley going to the championship tonight. And over on SmackDown Live, Becky Lynch is the SmackDown
Dana Brooke can barely fit into her top. That's insane. How is she? Yeah, good job, Dana Brooke. You almost decapitated your charge by not knowing what her entrance was going to be. You guys should talk about this. Jim Johnson is no longer doing the themes. Jim Johnson's out. It's something with a dollar sign now. It's those guys. Something or other. Some dollar signs.
First from San Jose, California, Bayley. From Boston, Massachusetts.
Looks like there's a bunch of WWE clashers. Actually, maybe not.
And from the Queen City, she is the Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte.
Charlotte's getting legit booed. I appreciate that.
here tonight. And guys, this is a pretty impressive statistic as it comes to the champion Charlotte. Charlotte
I can appreciate that.
11-0 in her career in championship matches and pay-per-views here at WWE.
I can appreciate that.
Last year, Charlotte first captured what was then known as the Divas Championship.
It was a while ago. Like I think he probably just like retired or something, or moved on, or they put somebody else in there to do like newer stuff. Like I can understand, but oof. See, this match is not lethargic. See, this is what I'm talking about. This match is keeping the pace up, and I appreciate that. Oh, right to the mush.
Bayley trying to seize a moment, seize the opportunity. There's that springboard into the arm drag. Bayley has used a lot, and Charlotte misses the clothesline.
Triple drop kick.
And a standoff.
in America, or in prime time America, in big time America, yes, the resurgence of women's wrestling. Third down. Oh, there go the Bailey chants. Hey, we want some Bailey. Yes, we do.
Charlotte, the queen, as she likes to call herself. Sasha, though, lands on her feet.
Oh, that's because someone is actually like showing the pay-per-view. You're technically not. You're really not allowed to do that. Oh, neck breaker and a kip up. She's still in this thing. Dana Brooke. How? Oh my God, Dana Brooke with her shirt off has to be an amazing sight to see. It's got to be. She's got to be a dream. She's got to just be a dream. Nice exploder. Charlotte is so physically just dominating. Her stature is just impressive compared to the other women in this match. Oh! Sasha took that knee hard. Look at that. Doof! She ate that turnbuckle. That was nice. That's a move. Knee right to the back, and again. Charlotte physically reminds me a bit of Beth Phoenix. As far as her physique is concerned and her muscles. Yeah, Brooke, yes. Yes, Brooke, hands down. Brooke is definitely the big star here.
So far for Charlotte. Oh, great suplex delivered. And a kick out again.
Nice. Now they're slowing this match down a bit. This is the heat section. That's all right. But the whole pay-per-view didn't need to be all that slow. Oh, wrap her around the post. There you go. Wrap her around the post. There you go. That's a good move. I like that move. Oh, I like that move. That's a great move. And don't let go. Have Bailey break it. There you go. That makes sense. That's a good move. I like that sequence. That was a good move. That was a good sequence there. Psychologically, that was a very good sequence. I dig that. Nice tilt-a-whirl, or her tilt-a-whirl into a hurricanrana. Nice. This crowd seems out of it again. And I don't blame them because the rest of the show has been kind of slow outside of the tag match. But this one they're trying to pick it up. And I can appreciate them doing that.
Sasha Banks mounts a little bit of a comeback here. Able to string together some offense. Not silly. And now Sasha. Oh, she was going for the backstab into the bank statement, but Charlotte was able to counter that.
All right, Bayley, here we go. Come on. Come on, let's get this match going.
What can Bayley do about it? What she's doing here. Shoulders to the guts of Charlotte and Sasha. And Bayley's feeling it now. Bayley's answering anyone who said that
Big knees. Oh, missed that one.
We know what Sasha's looking for here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Over your fun? There's nothing fun about this sex. Double the pay. Charlotte moved out of the way. Sasha hit Bayley and now
I'm not a fan of that move. I'm not a fan of that move. It takes too much. It suspends too much disbelief or you're stacking them up in between the ropes and you're gonna fall on them. Give me a break. Give me a break with that move.
Charlotte, realizing that, was able to pull Bayley out of the way. And now Sasha with a double knee. Now Bayley taken out of the equation.
Yeah, they took Bayley right out of this match. This match is not about Bayley. This match is about Sasha and Charlotte. Nice. Pin her! Pin her! Pin that girl! Reminds you of Del's new finisher. Del Rio does that? Boo. That's not a finisher. You weigh 90 pounds. That's not a finisher. Well, Charlotte's pinning Sasha. 1, 2, 3. Come on, ref. All right, you guys, get up to your feet. Oh, now. And that what, Michael Cole? And that turnbuckle? Do you mean turnbuckle? Say turnbuckle. Say the word turnbuckle. That's my purse. I don't know you. Ah, come on, guys. Come on. What? Oh. Whatever spot that was going to be, it's blown now.
Bayley got the worst of that. Now Charlotte just slamming Bayley. We just
Moonsault. She's going to go for a double moonsault. Double moonsault right here. Watch this. That was pretty. That was shades of Kurt Angle pretty. She should have pinned both of them. Pin them both, for fuck's sake. Have them both kick out. Pin them both at the same time. What are we doing? No, natural selection is Shawn Ricker and Brian Cage. Meh. Again, that's not really, like, hook that arm and make it a legit finish. But guess what? She could still lose the belt right here. That's a nice little combo. I just wish he'd cut that arm, though. I wish he turned into a crippler fucking crossface, for God's sake. Oh, this is a good match. Yes, Kurt would be proud of that moonsault. That moonsault was killer. It was very pretty. Hook the arm! Crippler crossface, for God's sake! Hook the arm! I'd buy that entire thing if she just hooked the goddamn arm into a crippler crossface. I would so buy it. It's the same problem I have with Kendrick's Captain Hook. Like, it looks incomplete. It doesn't look good enough for a finish. This match is in the running for one of the better matches of the night. This and the tag team championship match. Everything else has been okay at best so far. God, and we still have a Rusev Roman Reigns match to get through. I just thought about that. Ew. That'll do it. Yep. One of the ways I knew that would do it, Bayley kept her eyes closed. A lot of people, when they get pinned, let me see your hand, ref. 1, 2, ah! I feel like if you're going to do that, you should have a dazed look in your eye. And you should do that when you actually get pinned. I can't, Look at this, moonsault. Again. That's pretty. That's pretty. That's a pretty moonsault. That's a pretty moonsault. She should have stayed on top of Bayley, though. God damn, Dana Brooke can't even stay in her shirt. That's amazing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before every pay-per-view event, we have a very special kickoff show. Hosted by our all-star panel and anchored by our very own Renee Young.
Is it halftime already? Hey, what's going on, Skittles? Is it halftime already? Oh. That women's match was probably the best match on. Was one of the better matches on the card. I don't know if I would say that it was. What's going on, P Money? I don't know if I would say that women's match was as. I would say the women's match was as good as the tag match, and those two were the highlights of the night so far, in my opinion. Anybody else so far? What? Let's break this thing down. Favorite match of the pay-per-view so far? Go. How we doing? You let me know. For me, it's a toss-up between the tag match and that women's match. That women's match is really good and really well placed after a series of whatever matches. Thank you for becoming a fan. Who was the winners so far? So I'm taking it you're not watching the pay-per-view live. New Day won. Jericho won. Nia Jax destroyed Alicia Fox. Charlotte just retained. And Cesaro and Sheamus went to a draw. I think that was it. I think those are the only matches. I might be missing one, but I can't recall. Well, see, now I don't know if Kevin Owens will win. So Mario says his favorite was the women's match. I can understand why he would say that, because that was a damn good match. I don't know if Kevin Owens will win, P Money, and here's why. I predicted that if Cesaro won the best of 7 for the number 1 contendership, then Kevin Owens would retain for sure, and they do Cesaro and Owens. Now that they did a draw, I don't know if they're going to do Cesaro and Sheamus versus whoever the champion is, or what they're going to do. So I have no idea who's going to win at this point. I would imagine they might do the triple threat thing like they did before, like they did with the women's match just now, but I don't know. I don't know who's going to win. Triple H coming out tonight? Probably. Triple H will probably come out tonight. Why not? He's in the building. Like, he's there. So it doesn't make any sense for him not to. I could definitely see that happening. The fucking the U.S. Championship match. I don't care about Rusev. I don't care about Roman Reigns. I don't care about that U.S. title. I don't care. Triple H will come at the end. Yeah, sure he will. Can you fan me, Ash H? I don't know how to fan people and still stream at the same time. Afterwards, I will come and find you and fan you, Ash H. 39 Ash H. I don't know how to do that and do this at the same time. I wish I did. Damn it, I wish I did. Damn, James. Welcome, KNX. How you doing? Welcome to the party. Hey, okay, so everybody who's new, right, if you've been watching the pay-per-view, right, Ash and KNX, what were your favorite matches of the pay-per-view so far, is what I want to know. Since you just came in, my favorite matches of the pay-per-view have been the women's match and the tag team match. I think, in my opinion, they're probably tied for best, in my opinion. They were both damn good. What's going on, Kayla? How you doing? So I want to know what your favorite matches so far of the pay-per-view have been. And or predictions for this U.S. Championship match that's coming up. Sucky. Have you not, so you've been watching the matches? Kayla, I'm taking it you don't like this pay-per-view so far? Listen, I'm not of the pay-per-view in general, this pay-per-view is not as good as Backlash was. I like Backlash better than I like this one so far. But the match of the night, for me, surely has to go to the tag and the women's matches. Yeah, Backlash was pretty good. Backlash was a lot better than I expected it to be. It really was. And it was better paced, I feel like, than this one. To me, it feels like everybody's just like on half speed, except for the women's and tag team match. Yes, AJ is the truth. That finish, that backlash finish, was damn good. Backlash finish between AJ and Dean was damn good. I like that. I definitely like that, and I like the finish on that women's match too, on that pay-per-view. I thought was pretty good. SmackDown Live taking over. I feel like it really is, and part of it is Raw needs to get up off that 3 hour. Raw needs to get up off that 3 hour shit. It really just needs to get up off that 3 hour shit. It really does. SmackDown is doing pretty good and have gotten over a lot of people on Talking Smack. And Talking Smack is what, 15, 20 minutes after the show? I think that's fucking fantastic. I'm sorry to hear that, Kayla. How are they doing right now? Like how are they doing in their treatment and everything? Or did they just get the diagnosis? I'm really sorry to hear that. Hopefully, you sitting here watching a little wrestling will help take your mind off it and your friend's mind off it if they're sitting there watching with you. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. I just been into Loke's room on YouTube. He said I was spamming and blocked me. Yeah, I've been crying all day. Oh man, you must have just got the news, Caleb. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. So I take it they were a close friend of you, or they are a close friend of yours. I mean, stage. It's not necessarily the end of the world. Like, especially if they caught it early enough. Your friend could have a halfway decent prognosis. I don't know what the cancer is on or where it is or anything like that. But if they caught it early enough, they could be all right. It's not necessarily anything to cry over just yet. Like there could be some decent news. I got the news Wednesday. Damn. Man. They caught it at stage 2. That's a shame. I would. Here's what I would say. I would say keep your head up, keep your friend's head up. It's a long road, but it's not an impossible one. It absolutely isn't. They could definitely still pull through and definitely still live a long life. Absolutely. So. No. He right now, he probably does feel that way. But tell him that that's right now. Tell him that that's where he is right now. That's not necessarily where he ends up. You know what I'm saying? Again, if he gets a good enough treatment and the right treatment at the right time, he doesn't it's stage 2 is certainly not over. Stage 2 is hard, but it certainly is not over. Thank you for following me on YouTube. I appreciate that. What is all the hubbub here on the YouNow here? Let's see. I don't know what's going on with this site. Thank you for following me on Twitter. I appreciate that. So what is all the hubbub here on YouNow? Somebody's losing followers and 300 down 300 down to 1,700. What's really going on? Don't tell me YouNow is turning into YouTube. That's no good. Is the YouNow party over too? All right, we have a U.S. Championship match here coming up. It's new updates messing up everything. Yeah, that sounds a lot like YouTube. All right, we have a U.S. Championship match coming up here. Two guys who I don't care about. A belt I don't care about. After a match that was very good that I actually did care about. And we're going to see, like, This should not have carried over into Clash of Champions, I feel. They should have blown this off at SummerSlam, but fine. But fine. I still don't understand why Roman Reigns is allowed to wear a bulletproof vest. And if he is allowed to wear a bulletproof vest, everything to his back, his ribs, and his stomach shouldn't hurt him because he's wearing a goddamn bulletproof vest. Big tie-ups here. Oh, toss to the outside. Through the middle rope there. By Roman on to Rusev. Back into the ring. Samoan drop. No. Oh, big uppercut by Roman. And out goes Rusev again. What's going on, T.O.? What's going on, Jason? Welcome to the party. We got the U.S. Championship match going on here at Clash of Champions. I want to know your predictions. Who's going to win this match? That's what I want to know. But I also want to know... why the hell this entire pay-per-view has been as slow as it has been up until this point. And now they're slowing the pace down again. They're dragging it out again. Big hands now going back and forth. We got a Roman Reigns fan in the house. I'm whatever on Roman Reigns. I'm not on the I hate Roman bandwagon. I don't like him wearing a bulletproof vest, but I'm not on the I hate Roman bandwagon. Let's see here. Big kick right to the gut there by Rusev. And again, Roman down on his back. Rusev is just clobbering him every time Roman Reigns looks to get up. He just gets another boot right to the chest, right to the face. Looks like he's going to rain some forearms down on him too. They do really want to draw it out to the 3-hour mark, and they don't need to anymore. Like, 2-hour pay-per-views are fine. You can, especially if you're going to have 19 pay-per-views total, and WrestleMania is going to be 4 or 5 fucking hours, plus the pre-show, plus all that. You don't know. No, you don't need 3-hour pay-per-views every pay-per-view. 2 is fine. The In Your Houses used to be about 2, and that was fine. But see, the thing is, with Raw is 3 hours. So you can't have your pay-per-view be longer or shorter than your Raws. And God knows they're not going to cut Raw down to a manageable 1 or 2 hours. So the pay-per-view has to be drawn out to 3 fucking hours. Jesus fucking Christ. D'Lo Brown did it back in the day. Yes, he did. Here's the thing, though. When D'Lo did it, they called attention to D'Lo having the chest protector. When D'Lo did it, they were like, and is he still wearing that damn chest protector? His chest has been hurt for about 1.5 years now. Is he still wearing that protector? And by the way, it was used as a weapon, and he hit it, and people got the lowdown was supposedly hurt harder when he hit it. We're just all supposed to ignore that Roman Reigns is wearing a damn bulletproof vest in the ring. Put on some tights, boy. Do what In Your House did. Yes, do what In Your House did. Let's start by giving away a house in your house and give me the house. I'll take the house. I'll take the house. Yes, I'll take the first house that they gave away in the first one. What's going on, Richie? How you doing? Welcome. We're watching Backlash here. Get Stone Cold back. Yes. I can see Stone Cold doing commentary for a match or two. See, Stone Cold was such a powerful person, personality-wise, I can't even see him managing somebody. Like, Stone Cold would have to be... I can't even see him managing somebody. Him doing the GM thing was alright for a while, but that was still in an era when everybody thought he was going to come back. I'm ready for Goldberg. Goldberg's old. They start calling him Oldberg. Goldberg ain't coming back. Goldberg ain't coming back. You can let that dream go. He might come back for an appearance, but he ain't coming back to the ring to wrestle. Let that dream go. The time has passed him. He's too old at this point. The only In Your House where they gave away a house was the first one. That's right, but do that and give it to me. I'll take it. I'll take the damn. Did you know? I think they went back and they revisited. By the way, I'm totally not paying that close attention to this match. Did you know that they went back and they re-interviewed the guy who they gave the house to, and he took the house, and I think they sold it at that point. They couldn't keep it, like it was too far away. They weren't going to move out there or something, so they ended up selling the house. But it was a really nice house. It was a really nice house. Goldberg wants to come back. Does he? Does he really? Because Goldberg, maybe. You know what? I won't say don't bring Goldberg back. If you're going to, it should really only be for like a match. And it should really only be a high pay-per-view match. Maybe a Mania. But even then, I wouldn't put him in there against Brock Lesnar. Because Goldberg's got to have 10 years on Lesnar. And Lesnar's in his 40s now. Lesnar's about 40 now. So Goldberg is like 50? I don't know that I would want to see a 50-year-old Goldberg mix it up with the mayor of Suplex City. He'd murder him. He would murder Goldberg. I'm ready for Goldberg. I'm ready for Goldberg too. Goldberg was my favorite light heavyweight champion almost of all time. I'm ready for Goldberg too. Yeah. I'm ready for Goldberg with the sparklers and everything. I'll do Goldberg. That's going to be a Lesnar Orton 2. Vince confirmed it. Yeah, of course it is. It has to be. That was huge money. And yeah, it has to be. Absolutely has to be. Probably at Survivor Series. It absolutely has to be. Actually, it might be at Hell in a Cell. They might do it at Hell in a Cell. Depending on who's got Hell in a Cell. Does Raw? No. Does SmackDown have? No. SmackDown has No Mercy. So Raw has Hell in a Cell. So it won't be at Hell in a Cell. It'll probably be at Survivor Series. Which makes sense. Why not? Why not do it at Survivor Series? And why not do a second one? The first one was huge money. People want to see it again, especially after knowing what Lesnar did to Orton's head the first time. How he cracked it open like a fucking papaya. Oof. Alright, so yeah, the U.S. title match. Rusev is just kind of squeezing on the neck. It's not a Taz mission. He just kind of had like a hold on him. Just a judo flip over the hip. Off the rope now, headbutt down. We all know WWE's not a huge fan of headbutt moves, but there it is anyway. I feel like Rusev knows he's going to get fined for that one. And again, slower pace, lethargic pace. Drag it out for 3 hours. Drag it out. Rusev calling the next spot. Irish whip over into the far side corner. Big boot up to the face. Roman Reigns is going to try to make a comeback here. Runs over to the near side. Gets a drop kick from Rusev for his trouble. Goldberg is 48. 13 years. Yeah, I mean, but like you said, he's 48. He's 48 years old. And he's been out of the ring for a long time. Like, he's still in shape, but he's not in wrestling shape. And he's not in MMA shape. He's just in shape. He's just big. And not even as big as he used to be. And he's been out of it for a while, and when he was in it, you know, he wasn't the most athletic guy on the planet. He'd get murdered. Brock Lesnar would eat him alive. Brock Lesnar would eat Goldberg alive. Again, Ric Flair and Sting were still wrestling on a regular basis when they came back. Like, on a real regular basis. they were wrestling on a regular basis, and their bodies didn't change drastically from the last time they wrestled to when they came back. Their bodies were basically the same when they wrestled and Flair never even really ever disappeared. Flair was always on a wrestling scene somewhere. What was the longest him retiring after 24? He was almost immediately in TNA again. Matter of fact, no, he retired in 24 and then immediately went on that Australian tour with Hulk Hogan. So he was still wrestling a couple of months after his retirement, and then went to TNA. So it's a different thing with wrestling. With wrestling, yeah, you can get it back. It's like riding a bike, but you got to get used to bumping again. You got to get used to the holds again. You got to get used to running those ropes again. If you've been out of it for a long period of time, nice counter to the Superman punch. If you've been out of it for a long period of time, you got to get back in that shape, man. It's not. It ain't like just going right back to it. You got to do You got to do some rolls. Again, Hogan wasn't gone that long. Hogan, when he went to TNA, was just coming off that Australian tour. And Hogan's moveset was even more limited than Goldberg's. Hogan's moveset was punch, 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 heat, big leg, big boot, maybe a body slam. Hogan's moveset allowed him to wrestle into older age. I don't know that Goldberg's did. And at least not without Goldberg being as massive as he was when he left. Goldberg's got to put back on some weight if he's going to come back. Because last time I saw him, he was he was in shape, but he was regular guy in shape. He had muscles, but he wasn't yoked ass Goldberg. He was Goldberg. He wasn't yoked ass Goldberg. Ricky Dragon Steamboat came back and he looked great again. Ricky Dragon Steamboat had been training those kids that they were doing. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was in the developmental, training people. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was training people on a regular basis and stayed in ring shape since he fucking left. The Dudley Boys are in the again. The Dudley Boys have been wrestling in TNA on a regular basis since they left WWE. They've not been off. When you take the amount of time off that Goldberg has from being in a wrestling ring, you got to get that back. So to say you would like to see them in a fantasy match against Brock Lesnar is great on paper, but you got to get him back in shape. He's got to get back in shape. And at 48 years old, and when he was still wrestling, he was in his 30s. And again, not the cleanest guy in the ring, not the most smooth guy in the ring ever. He was just big. He's got to get that speed back. He's got to get that strength back. Go home. Go home. Rusev versus Roman here. If it didn't happen in WWE... Yes, that's true. You're right, Mario. Forget everything I said. It didn't happen in WWE. You're right. The Dudley Boys didn't wrestle. This is the first time we're seeing the Dudley Boys back in, 10, 15 years? You're right. It never happened. You're right. I'm sorry. I forgot that rule. Through a bulletproof vest. He kicked him through somebody take that. I wish somebody would take that stupid vest off Roman, is what I wish. That's a good manager move there, Lana. Lana's been studying. Hey, what's going on, Glover? Lana's been studying some of the better managers in the business. Lana's been studying those sensational shit. Lana's been studying her sensational Sherry tapes. Lana's been studying those old sensational Sherry tapes. Look at that. Look at her being ejected the same way Sherry used to. Lana's been studying sensational Sherry. I love it. I love it. Sensational Sherry was one of my idols as a manager. Lana's been studying those tapes. Sensational Sherry is one of my 5 favorite managers of all time. Easily. I think it's 6. 6 favorite managers of all time. Sensational Sherry, J.J. Dillon, Jim Cornette, Bobby Heenan, Paul Heyman, and Prince Nana. That's the 6. And by the way, they're all tied for number 1. I could watch either one of them work all day. That was a nice little drop kick. That was a nice little move there, Roman. I'm not mad at it. And my network just skipped. And now Roman Reigns. There you go. Kick right to the table. And he was on. Back in the ring, Roman Reigns and Rusev. Lana's been ejected. Roman Reigns is now setting him up. Probably for the spear. Rusev on his knees, getting up to his feet. Here he comes. He's calling the crowd. Oh, kick right to the mush. Lights out. Roman, but he kicks out at 2 and a long half. And the accolade is getting in, and there it is. Middle of the ring, and he's got it. He's got it locked in. And it is locked in right in the middle of the ring. Shades of the Iron Sheik here with this camel clutch maneuver. He's sitting right in the middle of Roman Reigns' back as opposed to on his lower back. If it was his lower back, Roman Reigns would have a better range of motion and could probably fight a little bit better. But he's on his upper back, and now Roman Reigns is going to try to stand up. Roman Reigns does stand up. Roman Reigns now with Rusev on his back. No. I thought I was going to go for a Samoan drop, but got poked right in the eyes by Rusev. Rusev saw it coming. He's got him by that stupid bulletproof vest. Kick right into the stomach now. Into the corner. Spear coming? Yes, it does. Cover, no hook of the leg. We got a new U.S. champion. We got a new U.S. champion. Tell you what, the crowd was booing Roman when he came out. But they went ahead and cheered that finish at least. That was a good old-fashioned finish. That was a good old-fashioned Savage versus Warrior finish. Or DiBiase versus Virgil finish. I love them kicking Lana out. That was shades of sensational Sherry. And here it is. That was beautiful. That was very well done. Kick right to the mush. But at the same time, how many times did Rusev have to kick Roman Reigns in the mush and he still got up? Fucking Super Roman. But Rusev didn't go down to the spear. Although he didn't kick out, but he didn't go down to the spear. I knew that spear was coming, but man, oh man. What's going on, Mr. MTV? How you doing? We're sitting here watching Clash of Champions. We just got a new U.S. champion. I know one of these titles had to change hands tonight. I knew one of them had to. That finish was actually not bad. Once you got past probably the halfway mark, once Lana actually got involved, that match was fairly decent. I still think the best matches were the tag team and the women's division matches. But that was a pretty decent one, in my opinion. I was gonna say, Roman Reigns looks like he's looking off to the WrestleMania sign. And they're actually cheering Roman Reigns. Like, they're alright with Roman Reigns having a belt, just not the belt. and not him coming off as the next John Cena. They're fine with that. The match was alright. It was fine. I can go back and watch it later. Like, again, once Lana got involved, it got to be a better match. And again, it was one of those matches that I didn't care about either one of those guys, and I didn't care about the title. But the match was pretty good. The match was pretty decent. I'm not going to hate on that match. It was pretty decent. Oh, can we skip this and go live? Thank you. Come on. I know! What kind of fresh hell is this that Roman Reigns doesn't get booed out of the building? Well, he got booed when he came out. He did get booed when he came out. But he got cheered at the end there. How about that? How about that? What's going on? I can't pronounce that name. Leolash? What's going on? We're watching Clash of the Champions around here. I think we're about to go into the heavyweight championship match soon. Hopefully we are. Because it's already 7:30, they got a half hour left. They should be going into the main event. Like this should be it. This should be the end of the show here. This show so far has been fairly slow, in my opinion, but they had a couple good matches. The tag match was great. The women's match was great. The U.S. Championship match was actually not bad. So I would not. And Kevin Owens is up next, so it can only be good. It can only be good. It can only be good. All right. And this could have been a whole lot better with Finn Balor. Champion! Yeah! Alright. I'll be right back. I gotta go get some more ice for my drinks. Ooh, yeah! Stay here, party people! We're still going live! There's a video package playing, and if you can still hear the voice of the madness, give me a hell yeah! Or an oh yeah! That's even better, yeah! I'm not the kind of guy that curses like that. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin. But me, right now, what we're talking about is the oh yeahs, yeah. Power, too sweet to be sour. Funky like a monkey, oh yeah. Try to keep your thing. Why go give me some ice? Yeah, I need it. For the drinks, don't you know? Drinks are not cold, yeah. The drinks are warm, yeah. They're room temperature warm, and it's very hot right here in Southern California at this particular point in time. Yeah. I got it. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now, yeah. No, I'm right there with you. Please don't let this match be super slow. I need to be right on time. I need everybody to be going at fast pace right now. I need them to be going at the same pace that the women went. I need to go the same pace that the tag team went. Yeah. You got Kevin Owens, yeah, and Seth Rollins, yeah. I don't think it's gonna be a snooze fest, no. Not at all. Oh yeah, I gotta stop talking like Macho Man Randy Savage. That shit is terrible for your voice. See, that shit is terrible for your voice. Give you laryngitis right off the fucking bat. Please don't do that at home. Oh.
Where was this passion these past few months, huh?
Rebuild, reclaim. It's more like redesign, rebuild, replaced. Triple H finally saw the light and realized there's someone better, and that's me.
It seems to me
Kevin Owens in a suit. Don't go with me. Don't ever do what again? Macho Man voice? I love my Macho Man voice, but it's murder. It's murder on the throat. It's murder on the throat, though.
But I'm not going to deny it. I'm telling you what. You'll get your rematch. As Clash of Champions.
Face to face, you have the best to tell you why. Throw on the plate, Kevin Owens.
I didn't know what Hunter was going to do. But right now, the way you're speaking to me, I wish that I did. Maybe my husband, who handpicked you, was simply tired of ruining his reputation. And do I think that Kevin Owens has replaced Seth Rollins as the man? Yes, I
You want to hit him in the face in the new era? I will be the one burning you to ground. You be on your knees, begging and pleading and a final rebel.
This should be a good match. This should be a damn good match. I'm looking forward to this. This should be a great match. This should be good. This should be really good. Come on, network. What's going on, Luis? Welcome to the party. We are watching Clash of the Champions, the championship match. It's now time for your main event of the evening. The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Universal Championship. What's going on, Michael? First, I can't remember where the hell Seth Rollins is from. Weighing in it, I can't remember how much he fucking weighs. Seth Rollins! Yep, WWE Clash Champions. Yep, that's what we're watching. The WWE title match is next. It's coming up right now. Seth Rollins is in the ring. He turned face now, like that, or are we in for a double cross? I think we're in for a double cross. We might be in for a double cross. Kevin Owens might lose here tonight, and Triple H might facilitate it. We might be in for a double cross. I just thought about that. I do have the WWE Network. Yes, I do. Watching it right now. And I'm trying to tweet out to get a couple more people here. Clash of Champions, and sweet! It's Clash of Champions is what we're watching right now. Yeah, I think they used to call it Night of Champions. What even is it? Well, the main event is showing Seth Rollins as your challenger. He used to be handpicked by the Authority, but he's been replaced by one Fight Owens fight. That's right, Mr. Kevin Owens. Probably the best heel in the business, bar none. He is the WWE Universal Champion, or the red belt holder, and he was handpicked by Triple H after Triple H came in during a championship match and pedigreed his former protege, Seth Rollins, right in the middle of the ring. Folks, it was a complete and total double cross. On top of all that, Triple H's wife, Stephanie McMahon, asserts she had no idea of the plans of her husband, the COO of the World Wrestling Entertainment, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. So right now, Seth Rollins feels betrayed by Triple H and by Stephanie. Stephanie feels betrayed by Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens feels the championship on his shoulder, and everybody in the arena tonight can feel the tension. Let's take you down to ringside. Let's see. This is new. I think I used to see WWE before when Jeff Hardy used to be in WWE. Yes, now Jeff Hardy is running around in his brother's backyard with their gardener and his sister-in-law and little niece and their pool guy and taking over wrestling by doing that on Pop, of all places. Don't ask. Wrestling is incredible.
Their first one-on-one match in WWE. Owens be kissing the WWE Universal Championship goodbye.
I feel like in order to build this championship, they gotta keep it on Owens for a while. But I feel like this might be a double cross in the making. Kevin Owens crawls out of the ring as soon as the bell rings. The match still technically hasn't officially started, even though the bell rings. There must be contact between the participants in order for it to technically count. Then they said he was coming back to WWE. There's always been talk of Jeff Hardy coming back to WWE. I recently heard rumors that WWE wanted Matt Hardy now. That Matt Hardy's burned up the internet. If for no other reason than to stop him from burning up the internet. But, again, at this point, they're just rumors. So the match still technically hasn't officially started. Now it has. There's contact in the ring. Closed fist now by Seth Rollins. And kicks backing Kevin Owens up into that corner over on the far right-hand side. Stomping a mud hole into Kevin Owens now. And now Kevin Owens, again, is getting some separation between him and the challenger for his Universal title. Big knee right to the side of the head. Kevin Owens goes down on the outside from Seth Rollins. The crowd now trying to get behind Seth. I don't think the crowd knows what to do. The crowd just came off of booing Roman Reigns when he came out there to cheering him as he left with the U.S. Championship. Now they got to, again, switch focus and cheer Seth Rollins after they've been trying to be told that they were supposed to boo him this entire time, but they still like Kevin Owens. The crowd is confused. That happened to John Cena. He fought. John Cena did not fight tonight because John Cena is on the blue brand in SmackDown. They've done another brand split. Raw's got its own roster. SmackDown's got its own roster. John Cena was not on the first SmackDown pay-per-view, which was Backlash, but he will be on the next one in 2 weeks. No Mercy, fighting, of course, in the main event, of course, for the championship belt. Although he probably won't win. Yabard, what's going on? Welcome to the party. I need predictions on who you think is going to be the Universal Champion at the end of this night. Is it going to be Kevin Owens? Is it going to be Seth Rollins? Chops right now in the corner by Seth Rollins. They don't have the same sting if Kevin Owens wasn't wearing that shirt. Big boot right to the face of Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins on the middle rope. Seth Rollins goes up. Big blockbuster down. And that could do it right there if he covered that man, but he's not covering him. He wants a little bit more punishment. No, now he's going for the cover. And a 2 count only. This is another Raw, not a main event. This is a main event. This is a pay-per-view. Is what we're doing. This is 3 hours, and Raws. The difference between pay-per-views and Raws aren't time anymore because Raws are 3 hours. It's just commercials, and even then, you still get commercials, but you just get commercials for the network now. Back body onto the apron. Seth Rollins now going up to the top. Bro, no. Springboard back in, rolls through. Kick to the midsection. Kick him right back up. Missed with that kick. Another kick to the midsection. That one missed it. And that was a kick to the hammies. DDT down by Kevin Owens. Spike DDT. That should do it. Look at the outside leg and a kick out only. For those of you who aren't watching the pay-per-view live, I'm trying to give you some play-by-play here. big toss over to that barricade. Kevin Owens just tossed Seth Rollins' head face first into that or head first. Can you do? I guess you could do face first, the head face first in the barricade. But that's it. What's going on, Omar? How you doing? You know Game of Thrones is fake, right? Seth Rollins tossed right back into the ring now by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens now is going to try to pour it on. There's a right hand, a measured right hand between the eyes of Seth Rollins. That's going to blur your vision just a little bit. Another shot, that one not as measured, but that one right across the side of the head of Seth Rollins, the former Universal, or not even Universal Champion, but the former WWE Champion, the challenger to the Universal title, and this crowd in Indianapolis is squarely Team Owens, if you can believe that. I don't think the Shield will come. You know what? Yes, the Shield will come back. It'll just be a while. Like they're fairly successful on their own. They don't necessarily need it. The one who needs the Shield to come back is Roman Reigns. Really, Dean Ambrose doesn't need the Shield to come back. Dean Ambrose needs to be allowed to be Dean Ambrose again. Seth Rollins doesn't need either one of them. Seth Rollins just needs to not break his body again and be out for another fucking year. Seth Rollins just needs to be healthy. That you think about WWE is fake? What? I don't think... Huh? Can you please elaborate on that one, Michael? I engage in conversation with people. I got no problem having debates with people online. That's what I do. I talk shit online all the time. Let's have that conversation. Meanwhile, Kevin Owens is pouring the heat on to Seth Rollins. And again, knotting up that hamstring, knotting up that inside thigh of Seth Rollins. And you can do that, you can take away a lot of the offense of Seth Rollins, who's heavily into CrossFit. Back elbow from Rollins, and a big right hand. Backs Kevin Owens off of him and gets Seth Rollins out of that corner, where he needed to not be. Irish whip now over to the right side of your screen. Kevin Owens puts the brakes on. Big back body drop. And not only does Seth Rollins land on the floor, he lands on that knotted up leg that Kevin Owens has been working on for the last 5 minutes or so. I said, what you think? I used to be a wrestler. I know what wrestling is. I know wrestling is kayfabe. But the counter to that is so is every other bit of entertainment you watch. So, okay. Alright. Wrestling's fake, so is everything else. If that doesn't make it any less compelling or any more compelling, it just means it's the outcomes are predetermined. That's all that means. Seth Rollins crawls back into the ring, beats the 10 count at 7. Snap bear by Kevin Owens, stays on his feet. Big senton bomb. 2-0. Kevin Owens probably outweighs Seth Rollins by, I would guess, about 50 pounds or so. And don't let his size fool you. It's not all just girth and fat. There's muscle in there. He tosses around guys for a living. He is strong. There's muscle underneath there. And Seth Rollins is feeling that muscle as it wraps around his chin. The referee might want to check a look there. Could be a choke. That arm is dangerously far underneath the chin, if you ask me. Kevin Owens now slowing it down. This is the kind of pace he wants against the fast, sudden Seth Rollins. He wants him breathing heavy. He wants him slow. And don't think that Kevin Owens can't go at a fast pace. Kevin Owens came from Philadelphia. Kevin Owens came from Ring of Honor. He came from PWG. He knows those fast-paced matches that can go for almost an hour or more at a time. He's been in them. He's been in some of those big battles. He knows how to contest those types of matches, but what he wants to do is he wants to make it harder for Seth Rollins here. And Seth Rollins now getting back up to his feet, fighting his way out of it, big punches to the gut, and again breaks the hold from Kevin Owens. Irish whip now coming over to the near turnbuckle over on the right-hand side, and the back of Seth Rollins just snapped up against that turnbuckle. Undertaker versus. You think that would be a good match? No. WrestleMania 13, Undertaker versus Sting, would have been amazeballs. WrestleMania 23, Undertaker versus Sting, would have been fairly good. WrestleMania 33, Undertaker versus Sting, would be like watching paint dry. Their combined age is over 100. It should have happened years ago, but it didn't happen years ago because WWE disrespected Booker T when he came in 2001 and shit all over everything WCW. Matter of fact, when Sting came in his last time, they shit all over him and WCW again just to prove that they could. So no, it'll probably not happen. And Sting is, I think, fairly retired. Seth Rollins, thank your boy Seth Rollins for putting him on the shelf once and for all. I think that's the end of Sting that we've seen. I think Undertaker's last match, his match at 33, will probably be, there's the toss of the corner, Shawn Michaels style, and he comes back and he clotheslines Kevin Owens. Undertaker's last match will probably be John Cena, 33. That's where the huge, massive money is. It'll probably be John Cena. John Cena will probably be the one to put him down. But can he do a headlock like Randy? Nobody can do nothing like Randy. Let me explain. Oh, Randy Orton? Oh, yeah, no. Randy Orton. I thought you meant Randy Savage. No, Randy Orton's headlocks will put any and everybody to sleep, including the audience. Including the fucking audience and the announcers. Now Kevin Owens has mashed Seth Rollins' face up against his hand so much his hand is starting to hurt. Big elbow by Kevin Owens. Big forearms and chops now by Seth Rollins as he's starting to pour it on against the Universal Champ. Irish whip now over to the left-hand side of your screen. Ducks underneath that back elbow to Seth Rollins and got him! With that sling blade down. Kevin Owens now starting to get up into that corner. Seth Rollins now starting to feel it. Trying to get some feeling back into that leg. Boom! Big forearm to the face of Kevin Owens. Still on his feet. And another one to Kevin Owens. Still on his feet. Oh! Nice downward spiral into that second turnbuckle into that near side left corner. European into the backbreaker. Beautifully done. That could do it, but again, how much damage did that do to Seth Rollins' leg? All that weight coming down on it. Why Undertaker only comes back for every WrestleMania? Because he's old! Because he's old and he's injured. And he's old and he's injured. And he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to come back for anything else. He's done. Taker has done his time. And with all due respect, Taker can come back once a year if he... Although, I would prefer that we've seen the last of Taker because it's starting to get sad now, seeing him out there. But Taker doesn't have to come out to do anything but WrestleManias. Those are huge, massive paydays. He's got ex-wives and child support to pay for on the real. And he doesn't have to come back for anything else. He doesn't have to. He can come back for WrestleManias and that can be it. And you know what? That's a hell of a schedule. You want to talk people were mad at Brock Lesnar for being a part-timer. Taker only wrestles once a year. How's that for part-time? And now Seth Rollins now chasing off announcers, moving monitors. They're moving furniture here, folks. And the announcers don't like it a bit, but neither does Kevin Owens. He gets back into the relative safety of the ring. Seth Rollins follows him in. Samoan drop, no. Off the shoulders of Kevin Owens. Kick to the midsection. Suplex, no. Kevin Owens is just too big for that. Suplex for Seth Rollins, no. Both of them are blocking it. Suplex, slip, slam, up and over. Kick right to the mush of Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins falls into the cover. Over the outside leg, I don't know. A kick out at a long two. Just for WrestleMania was last year. Yeah, you're right, because he did SummerSlam too with Lesnar. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Is it true Hogan's coming back to WWE? That's a rumor, because you're starting to see Hogan's face in stuff again. When they essentially erased Hogan from WWE history. You're starting to see his face again. Pedigree coming up on Kevin Owens. No, back body drop. Seth Rollins lands on his feet. And he lands on his feet. Kevin Owens in the corner, and now, kick right to that leg. Seth Rollins lands on the back of his head. And here comes Kevin Owens coming in with that cannonball. You can see it coming a mile away, and he nails it. They're starting they're starting to have Hulk Hogan's face back on stuff again, which makes all the sense in the world because he won his case and he should have. He destroyed Gawker and he should have. Makes all the sense in the world. What's going on, Zach? How you doing? Are you watching Clash of Champions too? I need a prediction on this Universal title match. It's a fairly decent one, honestly. And Hell in a Cell match with Brock Lesnar last year. Yes, you're right. What's going on, Jonas? Same to you. I need a prediction on this Universal title match that we are having right now between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens now in control, but he's feeling a little bit of pain there. Seth Rollins now barely getting up to his feet with the help of Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens now looking for the package pile driver. Looking for the package pile driver. Can he get it? No, he can't. Rolls through European style to Seth Rollins. Big forearm shots back and forth between the two ROH. Oh, big kick. Or knee right to the face, and there's a big kick, and there's a huge Pele kick to the side of Kevin Owens' head. Back and forth. Both these guys are down, back and forth. We got the double down right here. We go another big knee right to the mush of Kevin Owens. Big super kick, big Pele kick, and both men are down. Kevin Owens the first one to his knees with the help of the turnbuckle. Tag match with Kane last year. Yeah, that's true. I saw Hogan wrestle when I was 11 years old in Colorado. I never got to see Hogan wrestle. I was when I got into wrestling, Hogan left WWF and went to WCW, and at that point WWF told me that liking WCW was the devil. So I didn't go to any WCW events. Plus, most of them weren't here in California. I'm from LA. Big! Oh, nice! Cradle, brainbuster across the knee and a kick out by Seth Rollins. So I never really got to see Hogan wrestle. I did go to WrestleMania 21 and saw Hogan do away with, who was it? Was it Muhammad Hassan? I don't even think it was Muhammad Hassan. I saw WrestleMania 21. I was there. It was a great night. That Shawn Michaels. I got to see Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle live. That was fucking amazing. That was amazing. Kevin Owens now still on his feet again with the hell. I never got to see Macho Man either. I came into wrestling the summer of '93. So, what's going on, Greg? Welcome to the party. We're watching big Pele kick. Kevin Owens on the top rope from Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens is barely hanging on there, just by instinct. I got into wrestling in the summer of '93. Again, I never got to see Macho Man actually perform because even though he was still in WWF, he wasn't wrestling then. I did see the Heart Attack tour that summer of like '94. But again, Savage wasn't wrestling then, or not on a regular basis, and that was a shame. I really would have liked to have seen Randy Savage. I was Randy Savage for Halloween that year, though. Triple H is coming through. You think so? Huh? You think Trips is coming through? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, nice! Gutbuster from the top rope. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Well, he's going to be just over 3. Yeah, just like Raw. Frog splash down by Kevin Owens. Pin that man. Hook of the inside leg. 1, 2, and no! I've been watching wrestling since I was 9. Yeah, I was about 8 when I started watching wrestling. I used to watch ECW. I couldn't get ECW. I got ECW one Saturday night. There was literally one Saturday night when I was able to get ECW on like, it wasn't even like, we have like a Channel 56, but it wasn't even Channel 56. It was like somewhere between Channel 59 and Channel 58. Like it was grainy as shit. I barely got it at all. It was RVD versus somebody. It wasn't versus Jerry Lynn. I would have remembered that. It was RVD versus somebody, and I was only able to get it for like 5 minutes. It was like Soviet radio trying to get ECW without cable in California, and I didn't have cable growing up. It was like Soviet fucking radio trying to get it. It was terrible. Kevin Owens now and Seth Rollins are over by that table, and the announcers, I'm sure, are glad they excavated themselves from that site. Big measured right hand to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins trying to keep Kevin Owens away, but it's doing no good. The referee not counting fast enough, I believe. This probably should have been a 10 count already by the referee's discretion, but Kevin Owens breaking the count. And now Kevin Owens is rearranging some more announcers' furniture. And they better get out of the way. Looks like Kevin Owens is going to try to do a senton here, table to table. Oh! Kevin Owens is in DX! Kevin Owens is in DX and Kevin Owens is in the table! Kevin Owens gets the crotch chop to the referee. The crowd goes crazy and Kevin Owens puts himself through the table. Seth Rollins moves at just the last minute. Oh, but man, really? Wait, that wasn't a pay-per-view. That was a tour in Germany. Did WCW release that? Ever release that footage ever? I'd love to see that footage. It was Vader versus Mankind, or Vader versus Cactus Jack. I would love to see that footage if it actually exists. I thought that was just like a house show in Germany. I'd love to see that though. Mankind, Foley is my favorite wrestler of all time. I'd love to see that, Omar. Seth Rollins now is going to try to take advantage. Go right up to the top rope. Big knee to the side of Kevin Owens' head. But Seth Rollins flew himself so far to the other side of the ring. And now Kevin Owens is crawling along the canvas here. Seth Rollins right up to the top rope. Seth Rollins, his ribs are hurting. Seth Rollins all the way to the top rope. He's feeling it. Big frog splash down on Kevin Owens. It didn't work for Kevin, but it did not work for Seth either. Both men are giving it their all here. Big frog splash down. This match, not disappointing. I knew this match would be better than the rest of the pay-per-view, just based on the guys that are in it. And boy, is it living up to it. Vader, when he lost his eye, that was in Japan. Here comes Jericho. That was in Japan against Stan Hansen. And Vader continued like a G. Because Vader's a monster. Package pile driver coming. No! Package powerbomb. 2-0 and a kick out. Jericho wearing a Kevin Owens show shirt. I didn't know they made him that small. Jericho saying powerbomb him. Oh! Meeting of the minds. 2-0. Another knee right to the mush. Oh, pedigree! Pedigree! Pedigree in the middle of the ring. Seth Rollins, pedigree to Kevin Owens. He can barely hook that inside leg, and he can't even hook the inside leg. He can just wrap his arm around the inside leg. But Jericho put the outside leg on the bottom rope. The referee saw it, but only saw the foot on the rope. He didn't see Jericho put it there. If he did, that would have been a disqualification. Or at the very least, Jericho would have been kicked out. Thank you, Omar. I appreciate that. Seth Rollins now eyeing Chris Jericho on the outside. Everybody, remember somebody said that Triple H was going to come out and ruin the match. Nope, it's Chris Jericho. Fooled you. Seth Rollins rolls back into the ring, right into Kevin Owens, right into a big boot, right into the rope, right into a pop-up power. No, pop-up into the referee. It was going to be a pop-up power bomb. Seth Rollins went over and hit the referee. Big back elbow to Kevin Owens, big front elbow to Jericho, big super kick to Seth Rollins, and now Irish whip now over to the side. Pop-up, no! Pop-up into the pedigree. Again, a second pedigree. Seth Rollins crawling over to Kevin Owens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Seth Rollins has pinned Kevin Owens 3 or 4 times now, but the referee is still down. And we still haven't heard from Triple H. What's up, Danzy? How you doing? We were watching the Universal title match. It's a halfway decent match. right now, actually. Seth Rollins is on his feet. The referee is on his side. And now Seth Rollins is trying to wake the referee up because he could have won the match right now. Here comes Chris Jericho, the Universal Champion's bestie, his BFF, putting the boots to the challenger Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens now getting himself a little breather over on the outside. He Slash also checking on the referee, making sure the referee can't see what Jericho's doing to Seth Rollins. Irish whip now over. Seth Rollins puts on the brakes. Big back body drop to the outside. Goes Chris Jericho. And now Seth Rollins looking for a target. He's got two of them. He's going for Jericho, and he nails Jericho, and Jericho falls to his feet after that big suicide headbutt from Seth Rollins. And now Seth Rollins going after target number 2, and he nails Kevin Owens as well. Another suicide headbutt knocks the Universal Champion on his big Universal butt. Why does the ref always get in the way? I don't know, because referees are blind for the most part. Where is Triple H? I don't know. What's going on, Nicole? I need some predictions for this Universal title match. I have no idea what's going to happen. My whole prediction fell down the toilet when the Best of 7 series blew up. Here comes Stephanie. She's got a new referee, and he checks on the old referee instead of getting in the ring and having his match. Big pop-up power bomb as soon as the referee does turn around. 2 and 3. So it appeared that Stephanie McMahon brought the referee into the ring to try to rectify the situation that there was no referee, and Seth Rollins basically won the Universal Championship, except when the referee did turn around, all he turned around to was seeing Seth Rollins get put up and put down in the pop-up powerbomb by your still Universal Champion, Kevin Owens. You should work for WWE, by the way. Hey, listen, I was a manager on the indie scene for a while. Like, I know how to talk. I know how to talk. I hated the backstage shit in wrestling, but I know how to talk. He didn't need Triple H. No, he didn't need Triple H. Boy, he didn't need Kevin. He didn't need Chris Jericho. So now, here's the situation. Where does Jericho fit into this whole mess? Jericho is Kevin Owens' friend. Is Jericho going to be welcomed into the Triple H Authority fold? What is Stephanie McMahon's role in this whole thing? It looked like Stephanie McMahon tried to send somebody out to help Seth Rollins, except it turned around on Seth Rollins. It looks like Seth Rollins, again, couldn't carry the ball that Stephanie wanted him to carry. Looks like he dropped the ball again. In Stephanie McMahon's eyes. Whether that's true or not, it looks like he dropped the ball again in her eyes. So now, the question is, a whole bunch of questions, including, but not limited to, 3 hours. Over 3 hours. That was ridiculous. But, now the question is, with the Universal Championship still on Kevin Owens, with Chris Jericho now into that picture, in that main event picture, if, as nothing else, Kevin Owens is friend, Chris Jericho and Triple H have never gotten along. So if Triple H and Chris Jericho, are they going to butt heads surrounding Kevin Owens? Is Stephanie McMahon going to butt heads with Triple H about Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens? There was a rumor going around that they were trying to start something, a storyline where Seth Rollins and Stephanie McMahon might be involved with one another, at least in storyline mode. I don't know how true that is, but it's playing out that Seth Rollins again dropped the ball, that Kevin Owens has the ball. Kevin Owens didn't necessarily need Triple H, but he did have Chris Jericho helping him out, so there you go. And we're going to lead all that into what's their next pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. So that leads into Hell in a Cell. So who's going to be in the main event picture at Hell in a Cell? Kevin Owens, obviously. Seth Rollins, does he get another shot? Jericho, does he slide in there backstabbing his own partner? Does Stephanie McMahon put Jericho in there and for no other reason to try to break up him and Kevin Owens? Does somebody else get a shot? Remember, we still have Cesaro and Sheamus, who were supposed to be number one contenders. Do they get slid in there? Does everybody get slid in there? Is it Hell in a Cell 6-pack like we had so many years ago? These are questions. And that pay-per-views other than WrestleMania are designed to ask more questions so that you can keep consuming the product, right? Right. So, that's what we're doing right here. It's asking more questions. In my opinion, the best matches of the card, tell me what you think the best matches on the card were. In my opinion, the best matches on the card, I did like the main event. I did. But I still like the tag and women's matches more. I like the main event. Like, the main event was close. I still like the women's and the tag match more. The U.S. title match had a very decent ending. But again, for me, it's the tag and the women's matches. Overall, yes, SmackDown's pay-per-view was better. Top to bottom, it was better. It really was. It wasn't as slow. It wasn't as lethargic. And again, it was 2 hours. It was quick. 2 hours. In and out. In and out. 2 hours. You didn't need this 3-hour shit. You really didn't. And this is a prime example of Raw needing to cut down to 2 fucking hours. So if you're going to have a pay-per-view that's 2 hours, it won't be out of place. And or if you're going to have a pay-per-view that's 3 hours, it makes it something a little bit more special than your average fucking Raw. But they've been doing the 3-hour Raw for however long now. So, and they still haven't gotten that fucking point. And they should, but they still haven't. Because you need to sell more TV time. Yeah, whatever. Raws don't need to be 3 hours. And their mid-year fucking pay-per-views in the middle of 19 don't need to be 3 hours either. It don't. 3 for years now. Yeah, Raw doesn't need to be 3 hours. What's going on, Jason? Or Jason. That, or however you pronounce that. that pay-per-view didn't need to be 3 hours long. Because it felt like they were padding time in a lot of those matches. And took away from the quality of the matches. And it didn't. Cut Raw down to 2 hours, and these pay-per-views can be better packed together. In my opinion. But, like I said before, the tag and women's matches were great. So sad for the pay-per-view. What about you guys? The pay-per-view was not great. In my opinion, Jace, or Jas, the pay-per-view was not great. It was alright. It was fine. It wasn't... Oh, they actually do get to travel around with the belts. That's cool. I thought they kept them. WWE kept them, but alright, they get to travel around with the belts. That's cool. Yeah, no, it's... they didn't need... The pay-per-view was too long. The middle of that pay-per-view drug on because the middle of that pay-per-view felt like they were trying to drag it on for 3 fucking hours. And, like, there were so many missed opportunities. The Zayn Jericho match should have been better than it was. Now, it had a great finish, but it should have been better than it was. I respectfully disagree. For me, the best matches were the tag and the women's match. And the main event was pretty good. But the tag and the women's matches for me were probably the best. Actually, yeah, were probably the better matches for me. I like the tempo of those matches were so different than the rest of the pay-per-view. I like those better. Another broadcaster got banned for showing the WWE. Well, yeah. Yeah, WWE's coming after that shit. Absolutely. Yep. That's gonna be how that goes. Because what's happening is streaming live is a big thing now. So you're gonna see WWE come after them. You're gonna see like NFL come after UFC. I heard went after a ton of fuckers for live streaming the pay-per-view. I heard UFC went after a ton of folks on that CM Punk one. You're going to see that a lot. And the thing is, you don't have to. You don't, like, the network's $9.99. Like, it's not like it's $8 million. You know, pay-per-views aren't $8 million anymore. But yeah, they're coming after them. YouNow's going to come after them, especially if they start linking this stuff up to YouTube too, like I'm doing. So when that happens, oh, that's Byron Saxton with his shirt off. So when that happens, YouTube is definitely going to crack down on all that shit. Yeah, the pay-per-view is mixed. Pay-per-view was definitely mixed. The beginning of it was fine. The beginning of it was fine. It was a fine beginning. Even the Nia Jax one, 9.99 ever that. I just invented it. Put that on a t-shirt and give me the money. The Nia Jax match at kickoff was good. The tag match was great. And then it slowed down. In the women's match, it slowed down. Then the U.S. match, the second half of the U.S. match, and then the Universal title match. So it peppered in some better matches, but overall, oh yeah, that's Mikey. This way, Michelangelo. I had all four. I lost Donatello in the move. I had Donatello. Donatello made it over to the new apartment, and then Donatello fell, and then I don't have Donatello anymore. That's a shame. Sheamus versus Cesaro. Sheamus versus Cesaro was another one of those matches that was slower than it needed to be. It was another one of those matches where it felt like they were lethargic. It felt like they were dragging for some reason. Especially in the beginning of the match, super early in the match, it looked like they were both out of breath. Super early, like they barely did anything, and it looked like they were I don't know what was going on in Indianapolis that night or tonight, but that was not the standard of match I'm used to seeing out of Cesaro. It's not. So I like that finish though. It was an interesting finish to it, and it threw me for a loop. But I feel like that match either they should have cut a couple minutes out of it so it felt crisper, or they should have. I wish they would have gone at a faster pace earlier in that match. But overall, and let me rephrase this. I don't necessarily like the finish because all it was a clothesline over the fucking barricade. That should knock you out. But I like the concept of a no contest on the 7th match that creates intrigue. And it moves on to the next pay-per-view or the next show. How hot is the wife of The Miz? She's hot as long as she doesn't talk or do anything in wrestling. I hate Maurice. Maurice is the epitome of that Divas division that we had back in the day, and I hated that Divas division. The butterfly belt, and WWE shoved Maurice down your throat every fucking week. Down your fucking throat! I hated Maurice. If Maurice doesn't wrestle ever again, fine. If Maurice doesn't talk ever again, fine. Fine. But the only reason she's back is to push some shitty fucking reality show, and fuck that. Just fuck. Like, I'm not a fan of Maurice at all. She might be a nice person. I'm not a fan of her at all. Mike is the best turtle. You know what? I'm a fan of Raph. I'm a fan of Raphael. I think my favorite is Raph. I like Raph a bit more, but I do have Michelangelo's mask up on my wall. Oh crap! Over there, that you'll see on some of my videos if you start watching them. Who do you think is the hottest women in WWE right now? You know what? After watching Talking Smack, I'm developing a crush on Renee Young. Not gonna lie, I'm developing a bit of a crush on Renee Young. She seems to know what she's talking about. She's cuter than a duck wearing a hat. I'm starting to get a crush on Renee Young. But, like I said before, I'd give it to Nia Jax. I would... Yeah, I'd give it to Nia Jax. There were... the rest of them aren't, necessarily, ugly or hideous or... Oh, I like Alexa Bliss. I dig me some Alexa Bliss. There's something dangerously sexy about Asuka. There's something dangerously sexy about her. When that mask comes off, I was like, she could kill me. And I'd let her. There's something dangerously sexy about that. So, yeah. But, they're not unhot. Although I'm just now really getting introduced to Dana Brooke there and her. Jesus, how did she not topple the fuck over, for God's sake? And I've always had a thing for Natty. I've had a thing for Natty since she was on the Indies. I've always had a thing for Natty. I love me some Natty Neidhart. For me, it's Brooke. Yeah, I can see that. When you talk WWE, it's music to my ears. Oh, thanks, Omar. I appreciate that. Thanks. I'm trying to get some more WWE videos up and running. The next time I get some free time, I'm gonna start editing them together. I've got a couple that are in the pipeline that are coming up pretty soon. YouTube.com/surreal469 is where you can find those. Well, you go there, you subscribe, and then you click the little... You hear this new shit that YouTube is doing? So that if you're subscribed to something, right, you're not subscribed to it really, but you are. So you can click... So like all the stuff you're subscribed to, you subscribe to, right? But if you don't watch every video that they come up with, they fall out of your subscription feed. But you're still subscribed to them. What you have to do is you have to go in to where you're subscribed, right? And next to the icon that tells you you're subscribed, there's a little bell. You have to click on that bell, and then up pops an icon that asks if you want all notifications from this channel. You click that, you click save or yes, and now you're subscribed. Do you hear that shit? YouTube is fucking up. YouTube is fucking up. So if you go through and you subscribe to Two Drink Minimum, which I'm thanking you that I would ask you that you do, but whatever you're subscribed to, right? If you're like, hey, I used to be subscribed to such and such channel, I don't see them all that often anymore. You got to go through right next to it and click that and make sure you're subscribed. It's fucking stupid. Kid is lucky to have her. Yes, he is. There's also Emma. Yes, there is. Do you like Michael Cole? No. No, I don't. I don't like Michael Cole. Michael Cole, especially knowing the history of Michael Cole is just an ass kisser. Michael Cole is a professional ass kisser, and that's how he's had this job as long as he's had, which is far longer than he ever should have had that fucking job, because he really doesn't know shit about wrestling, and he's been in the wrestling business for over 20 years. He doesn't know shit about wrestling. And he doesn't know shit about wrestling, and he's been in there for over 20 fucking years. It's fucking insane. It's nuts that Michael Cole has been in wrestling for as long as he has been. It's fucking crazy. I'm not a big fan of his. Now, not knowing that, he's aight on the mic. He's not the worst. Do you think Cole is the worst? No. I don't think Cole is the worst. Especially after knowing some of the worst announcers, Cole isn't the worst announcer I've ever heard. On that list of worst announcers I've ever heard, JBL is one of the worst announcers I ever heard. Mike Adamle is one of the worst announcers I ever heard. This kid named Rick Romero or some shit that was around the same time with Mike Adamle, he was fucking terrible. I hated fucking Matt Striker when he was in WWE. I heard he got a lot better in Lucha Underground, but I hated him in WWE. There was this the ROH announcer when they first got TV. He was fucking I guess he was supposed to be the color guy, but he wasn't a heel color guy. Like, he was an old fuck, and he clearly knew shit about wrestling too. He was god awful. Yeah, those are some of the worst announcers I've ever heard. Michael Cole is not quite on that list. Not quite. But I would never put Michael Cole on my favorite announcers list. Ever. 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 Do you like Mae Young and the Moolah? Their antics got a little too wacky near the end of their run. When Mae Young, I think it was Mae Young, would come out every year to have one wrestling match every year, and it would be in WWE, and all she would do is like roll somebody up. Like that, I understood it. I totally understood it. I got the respect that they were doing. And you know what? In retrospect, it was fine, because when she was doing that, the women's division was shit anyway. So it wasn't like she was destroying the women's division. Like, the last one, I think, was like involved like Kelly. Like, she wasn't shitting on the women's division. The last one I saw was like a Raw Retro. They were out there outside. Mae Young was like on all fours. Somebody tripped over her and got pinned by her. Like it wasn't shitting on the fucking business at that point because the women's division was shitting on the business in and of itself because there were fucking terrible ass women in the fucking women's division. It was, I think it was called the Divas division then. It was fucking awful. But they're tough ass broads. When she went through the fucking table, that was incredible. Especially at the time, it was like I can't believe they did that to an old woman. That was incredible at the time. The stupid hand shit was dumb. The relationship with Matt with fucking Mark Henry was fucking. It was they had nothing else to do at that point. It was dumb. That shit was stupid. That shit was stupid. But no, I didn't have a problem with them hanging around. But some of the shit they had them do was embarrassing. Although my favorite moment was WrestleMania 20, where they had me, Oakland, and trapped in the closet, and had their hands all over them. That was one of my favorite moments from the two of them, from all four of them. That was one of my favorite moments of all time at WrestleMania. That one was great. Is Bryan the worst? Daniel Bryan or Byron Saxton? Byron Saxton is not... Byron Saxton, if it's Byron Saxton, you mean, Byron Saxton gets more shit than he should, especially from JBL. JBL, you just got listenable on the fucking microphone. Sit your ass down. JBL used to be the worst part of whatever show I had to fucking watch it on mute. I couldn't stand listening to JBL. JBL was awful. JBL was fucking terrible. If you're talking about Daniel Bryan, I like that Daniel Bryan brings in some shoot elements when he's talking, like on Talking Smack. But I wouldn't necessarily call him like if he were calling commentary, it probably wouldn't be the greatest either. Although he's done commentary before, like did PWG, they had everybody come out and do commentary for no fucking reason. Let's see. I miss Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer in his prime was great. I met Paul Bearer. I've done a couple shows with Paul Bearer when he came out here in California. One of my most embarrassing moments in wrestling was when Paul Bearer first came back to California. I think it was probably like 5 years ago or so. He was going to start working with the NWA affiliate out here, which I was working with. Now, I was a manager. I was like the only manager in that particular company at the time, that particular sect of the NWA company at the time, and we were doing a contract signing. Now, this was at a moment where I was not in the best of standing with management, so I couldn't tell them that doing a contract signing at the beginning of the show was stupid or whatever. Plus, I didn't really want, like, I wanted this opportunity to go out there and show my stuff on the microphone to a managing veteran like Paul Bearer and at least get like some advice from him or something like that. Even though Paul Bearer is not one of my favorite managers of all time, promo work or any of that stuff, he's still a vet, and I still respected his work enough so that I wanted to get his point of view on what I was doing. Well, I get out there, right? Me and Kyle, Trapzilla, we get out there. Paul Bearer, I'm seeing him. He's sitting right there in the front row. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to do, like, as soon as I get the microphone in my hand, one of the management guys who was kind of taking over, like, from the NWA, was kind of taking over that show and kind of fucking it up. So he's like, don't talk too, like, he covers the mic, he's like, don't grab the microphone from me and don't talk too long. Like, motherfucker, have you not been paying attention to any of the shit I've been doing in this company for the last couple of months? Like, first off, they fucking boo the fuck out of me whenever I'm over like fucking Rover with this fucking microphone. Don't fucking tell me how to fucking cut a goddamn promo. Secondly, heel managers take microphones from fucking announcers because you're just an announcer. No one knows it's your management. You're just an announcer. I should be allowed to take the fucking microphone from you because you're just a fucking announcer. And I've got 6'7" of badass behind me. So he truncates my promo. He tells me to go home, like when I barely start talking. Like I'm like a sentence into the promo, and he tells me to cut it short. And I'm sitting, and like he just throws me all the way the fuck off because he's right here. He's right here in my ear. And he's telling me to go home, and he's management. And at this point, I'm not trying to get in any more heat at this point. I should have just fucking done whatever. Here's the rule of thumb. You know what? It's better to ask forgiveness and permission a lot of times in wrestling. I should have just done whatever the fuck I wanted to do on the goddamn microphone and let him deal with it later. It's what I should have done, but I didn't. I kowtowed, and I never should have fucking done that. Anyway, it was nothing. Paul Bearer he didn't even fucking remember me the next time he saw me. He didn't even fucking remember me the next time he saw me. Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. But he was a nice guy. He was a gracious guy. And there was one time where I was there, and I was at a show. I was trying to get back into it. I was refereeing, and he looked at me and he was like, "You look like Savio." Hold on, I can do a better Paul Bearer than that. "Oh yes." He looked at me and was like, "You look like Savio Vega." And I was like, "Thank you." And I just walked, and he was like, yes, that's a compliment. You look just like Savio Vega." Thanks. Like, I always got D'Lo Brown, but I'll take Savio Vega. Sure, why not? And that was it. That was my memory of Paul Bearer. But Trapzilla did do more work with him than I did. He was on more shows with him than I did. And as far as he was a nice enough guy. Like, nobody had a bad word to say about him. What you should do if you really miss Paul Bearer, go find the Straight Shooting series that ROH did. These are shoot interviews. Go look up Percy Pringle shoot interviews. They were dope. Especially the one he did with, one of the ones he did with James E. Cornette. Those were great. And he did another one with I think he did another one with Bobby Heenan, but I know he did one with Jim Cornette, and that was dope. Cool story, bro. Ha! I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but I'll just say thank you. Did you ever like The Godfather? Yes, I like The Godfather. The Godfather was good in short bursts. I was a huge fan of The Godfather when he won that Intercontinental Championship. I knew he was going to be Intercontinental Champion. He should have been Intercontinental Champion. I was a huge fan of that Intercontinental Championship run and of that tag team that he had with Val Venus. When they were both still in the sex trade, not when they were right to censor. I was a big fan of The Godfather, yeah. He was good in short bursts. Godfather was never going to be a main eventer. He was good in short bursts. I had mixed feelings when he went into the Hall of Fame because I'm like, there's probably other guys I would put in before The Godfather, but yeah, I like The Godfather. Yeah, absolutely I like The Godfather. Roll up a fatty for this pimp daddy and come aboard the whole train. Yeah, I like The Godfather. Godfather was dope. Godfather was best in short bursts, but Godfather was dope. I definitely dug that. Any other questions before we sign off? Here, you wacky kids. How to tell JBL is a bad person? He's on Fox News. Ha! Well, yeah, no. I disagree with a lot of JBL's politics, but I don't think JBL's as bad as the rest of Fox News. I think Fox News was probably the first people to get him. Oh wait, was it Fox News or was it MS? One of them got him for. I think it was Fox News. I think it was Fox News that got him first. Like Vince loves publicity for WWE. He probably just took it. Like he probably agrees with a lot of their politics, but he probably just took it. I want that shirt. This shirt is dope. I got this shirt from not Shirt Punch. This was Once Upon a Tee. They occasionally sell these again. There's a whole bunch of other Power Ranger shirts. They occasionally sell these from time to time. You might want to check in with them and see if you can find them. I have every Ranger except the Pink Ranger because the Pink Ranger one was all pink, and I couldn't justify wearing all pink. I just couldn't. Worst part is my grandpa watches Fox News all the time. Well, I mean, that happens. One of the worst parts for me is that the fucking gym that I go to, the section that I like to put my stuff in, plays Fox News in the morning. And that shit is like, you have to play this in the morning. Can I get some ESPN? Can I get some highlights from football last night? Like, I don't need Fox News right now. I don't really need any morning news on TV that early in the morning, especially if I'm coming off a workout. You know what? I'd rather see SportsCenter. That's what I'd rather watch in the morning. Coming into the gym, that's what I'd rather watch. We also got to remember Vince is a staunch Republican. right? Didn't Linda just run for her Senate seat was Republican, right? Is that what she ran for? So, I mean, it is what it is. The New Day. The New Day. Their match, like I said, was probably the best match on the card. Them and the women's match, probably the best match on the card. High energy, started off fast paced. You didn't really know what was going to happen. I liked it. I liked almost every part of it. The only part of it I didn't like is the same part that I don't like about any match involving Biggie, and that's his shitty fucking finish. I fucking hate those. You doing more WWE Wrestling with Regret and What Culture reaction videos? Yes, I am. There's one that's in the chamber that I'm putting the finishing touches on. I just got caught up in doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but there is at least one coming about 10 worst image changes in WWE history. So that one's coming. Probably expect that one. I'm gonna try to get that one out Tuesday, but don't quote me on that. Soft. I want. We might see them be the next ones to go up against New Day, which I feel is a little rushed because I don't feel like anybody really wants to see New Day versus Enzo and Cass. Like, I don't. Wait, Enzo and Cass, yeah, they're on Raw. I don't really want to see Enzo and Cass. Are they? They're on Raw, right? I'm pretty sure they're on Raw, right? Because Carmelo's on SmackDown. I don't want to see them versus New Day. If anything, I might want to see them with New Day, but I don't want to see them against New Day, but they're probably next up in line because Anderson and Gallows, they've shot their loads already. Might be New Day versus Club in the Cell. Maybe. If they do that, I'd like to see all three members of New Day get involved. Like, all three members of New Day, like, have that match. And maybe, just maybe, maybe the Club would have, maybe that would be a good time to debut somebody else in the Club. But who knows? Who knows if that's going to happen? That Cell. And again, the Cell match is, another month away? Yeah, it's another month away. Anything can happen in the span of that next month. So, I don't know. That match might be okay. Kofi Kingston bouncing off the fucking cage. That match would be alright. Match would be dope. But they'd have to. Here's the problem with that. I don't think Gallows and Anderson are credible threats anymore. I don't. Not after these last two shots. I don't think they're credible threats anymore. They have to try to build them up to be credible threats again. It's not even keeping them credible threats. They have to build them up to be credible threats, and they're not anymore. That's the problem. So if they can do that, then great. I don't think we are never going to see Taker in a cell again. I don't think so either, and I hope not. Again, if Taker has one more match, let it be one last match. Like, I've been calling for Taker's last match for the last, feels like for the last 5 years I've been calling for Taker's last match. And he's always comes out with one more coming down the ring, one more. And I feel bad for him every time I see him go out there, man. So, one more match. Don't let it be in a cell again. Don't let it be in a cell again. Just one more match right off in that sunset and let's go home, Taker. That's it. He should have enough money now. He doesn't need to do this anymore. I would imagine that he does. But we'll see. We shall see. I don't think Taker's gonna come back for that Cell. For the Cell pay-per-view. If anything, he's not going back for the Cell pay-per-view. Not at all. Nope. Not even close. Taker is just too stubborn to give it up. Yeah, you know what? And that's fine. There are a lot of guys who are like that. At some point, somebody else has got to pull the trigger for them. At some point, somebody else has got to say, that's it. At some point, somebody else has got to say, that's it. Alright, so I look like the guy whose eyes bugged out when Taker lost versus Lesnar. I wish it was me because I would have said I was at that WrestleMania, but I wasn't. So I look like him, I've been told. I've been told I look like D'Lo Brown, and I've been told I look like Savio Vega. Okay, That's the company I've been told I look like. I look like the guy who saw Taker lose, Savio Vega, and D'Lo Brown. All right. I wish somebody would say Rock, for God's sake. I wish somebody would say Rocky. I'll take that one. But all right, fine. If I'm or Kofi, maybe not Kofi. Maybe not Kofi. I wish somebody would say Rocky, but nobody ever says Rocky. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I've done his workouts before. I'm practically the same guy, except he's way taller and way richer, and like fucks way hotter chicks, and has like a bigger house. Other than that, I'm just like him. So I don't see why not, I can't get the Rock every once in a while. All right, party people. This has been fun. I got to go. Thanks for following me here. You can follow me everywhere. Look for Surreal469 everywhere, including YouTube, vidme.com. Yes, vidme, vidme.com. Dailymotion, Vimeo, YouTube, here, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Surreal469 everywhere. I guess I'll be back in 2 weeks for the next pay-per-view. What is that one? No Mercy? I guess I'll be back for that one. SmackDown, in my opinion, SmackDown's doing it better than Raw. So I guess I'll be back for that one. Alright? Keep it locked to the 2 Drink Minimum Network and you'll see all that shit. You look like Coach that used to be on WWE. I'll take that one. Oh, because the hat's backwards? I miss the Coach. I love the Coach. Coach has always been a favorite of mine. I love the Coach. I'll take that one. Sure, I'll take that one. That's a compliment. I love the Coach. He has some of the best heel theme song music ever. I love me the Coach. I miss the Coach. Before Coach left, Coach was one of the better heels on the show. Honestly. And he got a whole bunch of shit. But Coach is one of the better heels on the show. And in an era where everybody was a face announcer, Coach was, again, a heel announcer, and that was something that was sorely missed, and he was good at it, too. I miss me the Coach. I'll take that. In 2 weeks for the next pay-per-view, keep it locked. Twitter.com/Surreal469. Also, riff.tv/Surreal469. You can watch Netflix shows along with me. Keep you posted. Just everything, look for Surreal469. Alright? Alright, thanks for coming aboard. Peace out.